All television and radio stations in the United States will now cease their regular programming.
Almost immediately after the Turkish military claimed government takeover and seizure of all power, over 2,800 were arrested, 265 killed, 1,440 injured in Turkish coup attempt. So it was a failed attempt. Didn't last long, did it? Now, was it staged? Was it a Reichstag 2.0? Did Erdogan stage the Turkish coup? And this article is from Daily Mail UK. It was the top headline on the Drudge Report earlier today. Did Erdogan stage the coup? U.S.-based Turkish cleric facing extradition over botched rebellion claims president orchestrated plot to justify a clampdown on civil rights. A U.S.-based Turkish cleric accused of plotting a coup to overthrow the Ankara government has claimed President Erdogan staged the rebellion himself to justify a major clampdown on opposition forces, much like Hitler did whenever he firebombed the Reichstag, his own headquarters, to take over completely. Fethullah Gulen, who was a former key ally of Erdogan, has been blamed by the politician of using his contacts to develop a parallel structure to overthrow the state. Erdogan has called on Obama to extradite Gulen, who is based in Pennsylvania. Turkey had just about a week ago offered to reset relations with Russia. As it says here from this RT video from YouTube, Turkey's decision to offer Russia a reset in relations could have serious repercussions. Both countries now speak about the need to fight ISIL, and so on and so forth. You can look up the video for yourself. It's called Crosstalk, Turkey's Reset, speaking of the reset of diplomatic relations with Russia ever since that incident with Turkey shooting down the Russian plane. Now, ever since the early 90s, Russians have been migrating over to Turkey. There's about 50,000 of them there that have assimilated within the region, 50,000 Russians. And this says here, Turkish communists managed to split into three in 1 year. And this is from 2015, following last year's split of the Communist Party of Turkey, which was 2014. Yet another group was formed in early August from the successors of the party. A group of 148 split from the People's Communist Party of Turkey after problems occurred at the party's extraordinary Congress, founding the new party, the Communist Movement of Turkey. The remaining faction of former TKP continues political activity as the Communist Party. Now, if you were to look this up, it would say that it ended in 2014, but it continues, it says right here, political activity as the Communist Party. KP, that is to say. So it's split into three, and all three groups claim to pursue the traditional line of the TKP while explaining the reasons behind the splits as ideological. Meanwhile, many people from the old and underground TKP, which conducted its political activities illegally starting from the 1920s until the mid-80s, accused legal TKP, founded in 2001, with opportunism, seizing the chance of receiving the TKP name in the relaxed political environment of post-Cold War Turkey. Again, 50,000 Russians are there, migrating down there ever since the early 90s, 50,000 of them, and the Soviet Union didn't really fall is the key here as far as understanding what's going on with the communist takeover of the world. Remember, the one world system has feet like the feet of a bear, but that one world political system does not emerge until the beginning of that 5-month period whenever Satan and his angels are cast out of heaven unto the earth. But you have here communist parties in Turkey. As you can see here, the Bolshevik Party, Communist Labor Party of Turkey, Communist Labor Party of Turkey, Leninist, Communist Party, Turkey 2014, but we just read that that still exists. They still act politically. They just changed their name, and now it's gone completely underground. Doesn't even show up on the radar. Communist Party of Kurdistan, Communist Party of Turkey Workers' Voice, Communist Party of Turkey Marxist-Leninists, Communist Party of Turkey Marxist-Leninist Maoist Party Center, and so on and so forth. You get the point. What's going on with Turkey? Notice their red flags with the Islamic crescent moon and communist star. You see that same communist star on the flag of Red China. So all these things play together to develop this one world system. And as far as the communistic element is concerned, the headquarters is Red Square, Moscow. Edom means red, and Esau married into Ishmael, as we know from the book of Genesis. So there's your Muslim connection, the red-green axis as it's known. Just some things to think about, more on this story as it develops. In other news, they had the Together 2016 meeting in Washington, D.C., and they had to call it off early because storms were coming in and about 400 people passed out from the heat. The Pope sent a video message, and in as much as we're in the middle of this 5-month-long type, May through September, there you have the image of the beast, because whenever Satan himself actually shows up, his image will be transmitted throughout the world. His face will be on the television screens and devices throughout the world. They're going to think that it's Jesus' return. So there's your type as far as that's concerned. And you can look at this number 400 as the 4 angels being loosed from the Euphrates. Just because something doesn't go down as planned doesn't mean it's not still a type, like the Day of Rage that was supposed to happen Friday. That's the middle of May through September as well. Nothing happened though. But what is this a type of that we're looking for? It's a type of the ultimate hoax of all time, and that's the deception that Jesus has returned. That's a hoax because it's not really going to be Jesus, it's going to be Satan.